Forgiveness means that when you want to make them suffer, instead you refuse to do it. And this refusal is hard. It is difficult and costly, but through it you are absorbing the debt yourself. Something that some people think that by remaining angry, they are giving the wrongdoers what they deserve. But in reality, you are enabling their actions to continue to hurt you. If instead, bit by bit by bit, you grant forgiveness in this way, eventually you'll begin to feel forgiveness. That's again, Timothy Keller's book, Forgive, Why Should I and How Can I? It'd be a great resource to get a hold of, maybe, Tamara. But it is difficult because you are taking on some of that pain. You're saying, I'm not going to retaliate. I'm not going to respond in kind. I'm going to forgive. We think of Paul's encouragement to the church in Colossae, in Colossians chapter 3, verse 12, when he says this, and I want you to hear these words for yourself, Tamara. Put on then as God's chosen ones, holy and beloved, compassionate hearts, kindness, humility, meekness, and patience, bearing with one another, and, if one has a complaint against another, forgiving each other, as the Lord has forgiven you, so you also must forgive. And above all, these put on love, which binds everything together in perfect harmony, and let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, to which indeed you were called in one body. And be thankful. Let the word of Christ dwell in you richly, teaching and admonishing one another in all wisdom, singing psalms and hymns and spiritual songs with thankfulness in your hearts to God. That was Colossians chapter 3, verses 12 and following again. And there, that exhortation, at the heart of that text, to forgive as God has forgiven you. And from that place, letting the peace of Christ rule in your heart, letting the word of Christ dwell in you richly. That's how the healing comes. It's as we focus less on the pain that we've been caused. I know it's difficult, right? We're offering up that pain to the Lord every time. But as we choose not to stew on that, but to let the word of Christ dwell in us richly, to let the word of God dwell in you, Tamara, as you meditate upon the fact that you are a beloved, chosen, holy child of God through Jesus Christ, through the forgiveness that he's given to you. May the Lord bless you and strengthen you. And if you're listening, you have a difficult time forgiving someone, or finding that healing after you have forgiven someone, man, take that word to heart for yourself as well. God bless.